Having a narcissistic friend helps you so much in figuring out how to deal with the narcissists in your life.
People can't change. People can't change. They're who they are. They're just who they are. And this person, I can open up my heart to more. I can be myself. I can be authentic and real.
If they have the narcissistic traits, they will give you the best advice.
It really does help being around a mixture of both because I feel like that's a fine-tuned, healthy, aligned person. Because sometimes we just need to get direct and to the point.
How to speak to a narcissist to get my way. Who do I need to become in court?
And for me, that takes away the fears of, oh no, I have a friend that's a narcissist. Like, oh, narcissist, that's scary.
But there is a warning sign, something I really need to warn you. Don't ever, 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 under any circumstance. So I have a challenge for you all. Go out there and find yourself a narcissistic friend. What do you think, Mel? Ready to go find yourself a narcissistic friend?
I feel like I've been there, done that. Why? Why would I do that? I need to hear this, Rain, because I'm a little bit confused here. So please explain. I need to hear your justification of this.
Well, it's interesting having narcissistic friends. I've had narcissistic friends, like I choose them, but I didn't know I was doing this consciously. But having a narcissistic friend, especially if you're in a narcissistic relationship with parents or a partner or other friends. Okay, so I'm going to explain this exactly how this can benefit you in so many ways. So, having a narcissistic friend helps you so much in figuring out how to deal with the narcissists in your life. It's just incredibly helpful beyond words. Now, this narcissistic friend that you're going to go look for, okay, is not somebody that you're going to depend on as your best friend, is not somebody that you're going to be attached to as a best friend, is just a friend that you have that has the narcissistic traits. Why? Because if they have the narcissistic traits, they will give you the best advice for your narcissistic relationship in whichever department. Even if you have another friend that's narcissist, that narcissistic friend will be able to help you figure out which ways to speak, what to respond to, what not to respond to, how to stand up for yourself, what to say, what not to say, how to act, how to disengage, how to engage, when not to engage. They will help you out so much. And the reason they do is because narcissists know narcissists. So let's say I'm a narcissist and I don't think I'm a narcissist because I was also married to a narcissist, right? So even some of them are married to narcissists. It's not a big deal, right? So don't be like, oh, she must be an empath or he must be an empath. No, they're narcissists. You know it because they talk about themselves. They're entitled. They give themselves compliments and they adopt a lot of your character traits as their own, right? They just listen because if you watch one of our episodes, it's like how it's basically why do narcissists mimic an empath, right? You have to watch that episode to understand what we're talking about. So they will mimic a lot of things. Like if you love something and they think, oh, that's a cool thing to love. I love it too. And now they'll expand on it. It'll become their personality trait. Let none of this deter you. Let none of it, because you're using the narcissist, you're using that friendship for one goal only. And that goal is, who and what do I need to become around the narcissist I'm fighting against? I'm like trying to get divorced from, the friend that's that suffocated me, or the boss that I can't seem to get through to and he promotes everybody else but me, or whatever your situation is. Narcissists love giving advice. Okay, they really, really do, as long as it has nothing to do with them. Okay, so this specific friend that you're going to choose, you're going to have no attachments to. You're not going to expect them to rub your ego. You're not going to expect them to be there for you all the time. You're not going to expect to have these heart-to-heart conversations where they're going to understand you instead of blame you or project on you. They're still going to be narcissistic. You just have to be aware of that, okay? So you're like, okay, I don't really share deep information about myself because I don't want to hear them blame me for it. But what I'm going to do is you're going to ask them things. So, for example, I have a friend who's having this massive court case that's been going on forever. She's got kids And I was with her at the barbecue, and this is when the information got channeled through. I was like, oh my God, go find yourself a friend, a narcissistic friend. They will give you the best advice. Okay. Because she's in court and she's dealing with two narcissists, her ex, who is with another narcissist, she's a malignant narcissist. She's trying to get hold of her kids and have them with her. Her way of thinking as an empath is filled with too much kindness and attention to how they feel. And I'm so afraid of what they'll do, what he'll do to me in court, what he'll say. He's been bullying her, she's been bullying her, they've been like brainwashing the kids. Mayhem. So from an empath place where there's a lot of fear, okay, the narcissist has zero fear. The narcissist has zero empathy. They're not like, oh, watch out, you're going to hurt their feelings. And if they do, this is the repercussion. They don't, none of that. They don't even think about any of that. The narcissist doesn't even contemplate any of that. They are fearless in the face of everything. Okay. Outside of who they truly are inside, there's this facade of fearlessness. They just go for it. So it's like when you meet a bully, you have to bully the bully for the bully to freak out. So with a narcissist, you need a narcissist to attack a narcissist. So what's important is with this friend that you have now, these are the ways in which you're going to use them. You're going to be like, okay, I can't have my kids. They're spinning another thing, blah, blah, blah. What am I supposed to do? The narcissist will tell you exactly what to do with another narcissist because they're feelingless. They will tell you next time they send you a message, completely ignore it. Wait 2 days and then send another message saying no, because you're trying to refuse something. The narcissist was telling, don't explain anything to that person. Say absolutely nothing. Instead, state exactly what you want. And if they don't want to do it, just completely ignore them. The narcissist will always tell you how to deal with a narcissist, which is the perfect friend to have when you're dealing with narcissistic people around you, because they will have no emotions. They won't sugarcoat. They won't try to play nice. They won't care about how the other person feels. Okay. And this is something that we empaths don't have the ability to do. We even care about the narcissist feeling, thinking they have the same feelings we have, which they don't. This is just it's like a facade. It's a pretend. It's a game. So when you have a narcissistic friend, really, like I have two, and I know when to turn to them. So it's very important when you have a group of friends, and I think you all do this naturally without thinking, where you're like, this friend, if I talk to her about cooking, she has the great advice for food. And this friend, if I talk to her about spirituality, we can really click. But I can't talk to her about like parenting kids. It won't work. But this friend is really cool with, and we all have these, we know which friends to speak about specific details. You're going to do the same thing with the narcissistic friend. It's basically going to be, I'm going to ask this friend to teach me how to speak to a narcissist to get my way. Who do I need to become in court to get my kids? Who do I need to become to talk to my ex so that he doesn't take my kids away or he treats them with kindness? Who do I need to be if I'm trying to get a divorce? Who do I need to be with this boss that keeps like taking my projects or putting me down? They will always know what you need to do because they have the mind of a narcissist, which we don't have. We do not have the mind of a narcissist till this very day. And it's been like over 18 years I've been in this business, and I've worked with narcissists, and I've been with narcissists, and I've worked with so many clients. Until today, I still cannot think like them. My brain still cannot think like them. It's crazy. Okay. So you need a narcissist to give you that tip. So I've got a whole list of things, but before, let me ask Mel. Mel, what do you think?
This is amazing. This is great. I just want you to keep going. So I don't have any great questions right now.
Okay. So one of the points I wrote down is, which I also said, there's no empathy. Narcissists see through the bullshit of another narcissist. Narcissists can tell when a narcissist is manipulating, when a narcissist is pretending. So I'll give you this example. This was amazing. So yes, I'm calling out my father as a narcissist. And in saying that, I do have an episode completely about that and the truth behind it. But let me just say, when I was getting divorced from my second husband, I would get hold of my dad and be like, he sent me this message. What am I supposed to say? Now, don't forget, when you're in the midst of getting divorced or leaving someone, you are in hell internally, especially with kids, and you're like going through all the stuff. And it's so, you don't know how to answer, and you want this person to feel guilty, and you want them to feel bad that they finally lost you. So there's so much emotion in there. The narcissist doesn't have any of that, right? So I would get advice from my dad, and I would send him the messages I would receive from my ex. And he would send me back and say, this message you do not ever answer to, right? I would send him the emails of what I would receive from the ex, like asking for certain things or requesting certain things or putting me down, and be like, with this one, and he'd write me exactly what to say. You say, no, thank you. Okay, when you are ready to do the way I want you to do it, then let's talk. And that would be it. There would be nothing in between, absolutely nothing in between. So so another time when we were meeting, my ex started to cry, and my heart was like, oh my God, he doesn't want to leave me. Da, 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 da. My dad was there, and he basically told me, when you get in the car with him, don't ask him a single question. Don't hold his hand. Don't cater to his tears. These are lies. These tears are lies. Okay. And I was like, and I did exactly that. Within an hour, he completely transformed, right? And he became scared of me because my natural state of being wasn't there. So he doesn't have my strings anymore. So what's interesting, when you use the narcissist when you are at a weak space, they will really give you their tools. They don't mind sharing their shitty tools with you, but you need those tools. They really, really work. And it kind of helps you feel more attuned and confident with yourself, because they're telling you it's okay. They're telling you it's doable. I've done it with so many people, it doesn't do anything. And all of a sudden, you feel empowered by their power. You feel confident by their confidence, because you're seeing them like, I would never accept that. Are you crazy? Why are you accepting that? You know, like the friend that I have, every time I'll go to her if I have a family issue, if I have something with a friend, with the ex, she'll tell me things that I am not even aware that these are unacceptable. Because as empaths, our tolerance level is pretty high. We accept things that are unacceptable, but we think it's kindness from our end. We think it's niceness from our end. But when I speak to her, it's like she gives me a whole new perspective on why this is unacceptable. Why should you ever say yes to that? She would ask. Why? What's making you say yes to that? It's on someone's face if they ever talk to me that way. And I'd be like, yeah, but there wasn't anything that harmful in what they said. She's like, what they said is unacceptable. But to me, it would be like, it wasn't that mean. She'd be like, this is unacceptable. And it would just shift my perspective to start seeing the world like, it's truly unacceptable for myself. How should I stand up for me differently? Am I talking too much? Am I talking too little? Am I exert? She's like, don't even exert energy. She's like, this message you received, completely ignore. You're going to get another message in 2 days. Don't even worry about it. When he sends you a message in 2 days, then get back to me and I'll tell you what to do. Their confidence is uncanny, and their ability. But there is a warning sign, something I really need to warn you. Don't ever, 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 under any circumstance, go to the narcissist to complain about them or what they've done wrong or how they have hurt you. You are going to get wounded in a blink of an eye. Just because they're helping you with other people does not mean when it comes to them that they're going to help you. No, they're just going to throw you under the bus the way they throw everybody else under the bus. You're going to get wounded. That's why I say do not attach to them. They are not your best friend. They are there to give you guidance on how to deal with the narcissist in your life. Make sense?
Yeah. So it sounds like to get like brain information, but if you're wanting heart information, that's not the person to go to connect. So there's value. So if you're like, no, gosh, I need someone just to heal my heart and to hold me in my hurt and pain, you go to another empath. But so if you know the difference between there's empathetic people that lead with their heart, and then there's narcissist people or people that aren't as connected with their heart or whatever, that lead with their brain. And it's like, but there's gifts in both of them. There's gifts in both of them. So it's like using them when you need them, being around them when you need them to benefit you, and knowing the difference and not expecting, because that's when we get wounded. We'll get wounded if I go to someone, maybe an empath, for all this brain stuff that maybe they don't have that level, or to get narcissistic feedback. you go to that person. So it's just like, okay. And that's okay. You can have all these people in your life. It's not like this person's all bad and this person's all good. It's just like finding the benefits and the gifts in all of them and knowing who to go to for what you need so that you're not being hurt. I love that. Wow.
Yes, it really is. I like the way you put it. It's so simple. Yeah, hard people, empath. They'll take care of you, they'll give you the ice cream, they'll cuddle you, they'll listen, they'll validate you, they'll validate all your feelings, they'll make you feel superhero, right? And the narcissist is completely mental. It's so true. It is mental. Woo! They are mental, right? So yes, when you need hard advice, when you need to train yourself, when you need the confidence boost, when you need self-assurance, when you need to get out of like the muck of the battle between your heart and your head telling you things, you just need the clear signs of a narcissist to come and tell you how it really is, how to function in this world with a narcissist. You need that guidance because no matter how much as an empath you try your best to become like them, which you will learn, and we have an episode also about how to learn from the narcissist and how they actually help you become better people. That's a very important episode. Still remember the name of it. Mel, do you remember the name of it? No.
I think it was something like that, how to learn from the narcissist in your life. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to hook that up for you in the description. But in general, watch that one. That one's going to blow your mind. However, this episode is basically like, okay, now I have a narcissist. I've chosen a narcissist. I'm logically choosing this being for this being to help me find the courage. Now, they're really good at giving you courage. They're really good at shifting your paradigm out of, oh, I feel for everyone all the time. And even if they're trampling on me, even if I'm their doormat, I just have to, instead of the grovel state that we're in most of the time, they will always put a stop to you. You'll even feel this disgusted look towards you that they have when they hear your story. There's kind of like a, just say it, just stand up. They're like disgusted by your love and your empathy and kindness, right? You'll feel it. Don't get offended. Do not get offended. They just don't like the hard stuff. They don't like kind people, right? It's fine. Just look at how disgusted they are and say, oh my God, that's how disgusted she or he, my friend, is looking at me. I wonder how my ex or the guy I'm with or whatever is actually they're looking at me the same way. They're disgusted by my weakness and patheticness and fear of them. So they just do more of it. So they're kind of this friend that you're going to get is basically showing you how you're being perceived by the narcissist. You're perceived as weak, fear-based, you're so afraid of them, you are terrified of like crossing the line, you're so worried they're going to continue bullying you, so you're going to go hide, and the friend narcissist is looking at you like, what is wrong with you? It's just a disgusting other human being. Trample on him, do nothing, like don't trample on yourself, and they'll encourage you. Best part is they really give you courage, which we all need, the courage to be okay. I heard the statement that I have written on my whiteboard is, it is okay if you make decisions that are good for you, but not great for someone else. Okay. It doesn't mean terrible for someone else, but I have this on my board. And anytime I have to take a decision, especially with narcissists in my life, I read that out and I say, it is okay for me to take a decision that is good for me, but not great for someone else. Right? Because what we do is we make sure that it's great for everyone else and it's okay for me. I can handle it. Right? That's the way to perceive life. Like it has to be good for me and it doesn't have to be good for them. It can be not that great for them, but it's really good for me. Narcissist, it has to be great for me. Okay? And it doesn't matter what it does for anyone else. So we're kind of in the middle ground. We're finding our balance with that. So that's why friendship with a narcissist is of absolute great benefit. On the other hand, what you are benefiting the narcissist with is the mimicking. When they start to mimic you. So don't forget, they don't have the heart. They don't have the kindness. They don't have the empathy. They don't have any of that. So as you start to share certain parts of your like just normal life, like, with my kids, when they speak, I like to make sure that I give them full attention because they're just little kids. It doesn't mean that they're not grown up. So would I do this to a friend who, if she's talking to me, I would ignore her like I would the kid? Slowly, things like that I would share, my narcissistic friends would adopt as their own, right? but I'm not advising them. I'm just saying who I am and how I work. But they like that kind energy, that light, right? They want to mimic it, right? So you're also benefiting them, because whether it's not because I want to make them better people, they just simply can't. But if they want to put on the act to the world that I'm really good with my kids, that's a great thing you're offering them. I'm really great with my kids. Why not? Right? Let them mimic that part of you. So it's a two-way road, even if you can't see it. But but please don't expect that you're going to change them. It doesn't mean they're going to be kinder and nicer. They're just mimicking. Okay, it's heartless, but they're doing it. So at least you have this. Okay, well, she's going to be better with her daughter, with her son, with her kids, because she wants to mimic me. Because to her, me, I'm full of light, and she doesn't know what that means. And I want to mimic her. I don't know what it means to just be mental and not care about anybody. I don't know how to do that. And she's helping me, right? So it is kind of a two-way road, as long as you are consciously aware. The most important person to be consciously aware is the empath. We're the ones who need to make this conscious decision and be consciously aware, because we get duped so easily, because we're ready to love everybody no matter what.
Wow, that is a beautiful shift for me. It's just, it really goes back to that acceptance, just accepting people as they are. And like we've been taught to so many times, like people can't change. People can't change. They're who they are. They're just who they are. And it just brings it back of just accepting them and just learning from them and knowing how to protect myself. And all it is gives me tools by observing all these different people that are out there, how to protect myself of like, okay, this person, I can open up my heart to more. I can be myself. I can be authentic and real. I can tell stories and do all this fun stuff with my empath friends. And then I have these other ones where it's like, okay, I just need to get clear and to the point and just anyways, yeah, just like get to the point, and you can learn from them of just being direct. And it really does help being around a mixture of both, because I feel like that's a fine-tuned, healthy, aligned person. Because sometimes we just need to get direct and to the point. If you're in business settings and you're around different environments where it's like, no, like there's not a point to bring all these emotions and stuff in some situations and some conversations, it's like, no, I don't need to bring all these emotions up. When you're in a work setting, it's like, no, clear, to the point, this is what I need. So if you can learn that skill set, that's huge. That's going to benefit you. And then, when you're around other people, you can show up in a different way. And we're whole, we're everything, we're all of it. So rather than shaming other people or saying you're bad or you're wrong, it's just acceptance of all of us and of all of it, and to learn from one another. And for me, that takes away the fears of, oh no, I have a friend that's a narcissist. Like, oh, narcissist, that's scary. I need to let them go or not have them in my life. They're bad. Like, no, we don't have to shame people or say they're bad, sick, and wrong. It's just, let's learn from them and know how to distance, what to be. And then that's exciting. That sounds like I don't have to live in any fear around anyone. I can handle anyone that comes my way. Anyway, I think that's cool. I like how you said that.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. So if you do have a narcissistic friend that you're really, really in, like you've been sucked into this vacuum of hell, find another friend to suck you out of that vacuum. But the minute you're so attached in general, it's something that you need to work internally. And maybe that's another episode we can talk about. Like when you're sucked into the narcissist, where they're 99% of your brain bandwidth is with them, how to get out of that, because that's our demise, is our deep attachment to it. And maybe we could talk about that in another episode, so that yeah, you could feel all better, because it's not that hard to do. Yeah,
Oh,
I
that
think I'm
sounds amazing.
complete. Are you complete?
Okay. Yes,
Mhm.
this was fantastic. Okay. Thank you for listening. Give us a thumbs up. You can hit that subscribe button so you can be, up to date on all the new episodes that we have. We will link these episodes that we mentioned in here. We'll make sure to post those on here so you can watch those as well. Um, Go ahead and look in our description and check out our Buy Me a Coffee account. We have some really great ebooks and e-guides to help you on your personal growth journey. And we have lots of beautiful jewelry. I'm wearing some of my beautiful jewelry now. Rain is wearing her darling earrings that we
Oh,
have on the site.
let me show you what Mel did. These earrings, they're gorgeous. Okay.
Yep. And you can add aromatherapy to it. If you're into essential oils, you can add those to little aroma balls in the locket so you can smell amazing, feel amazing throughout your day, or just wear them because they're beautiful. Okay, well, we'll go ahead. Oh, and comment. We want to make sure that you guys comment. Please, we want to connect with you, and we'll make sure to respond to you. That's the most important thing to us, is connecting with each of you. So comment on what was your biggest takeaway from this episode. Was there something new that you learned or something that you feel like can build up your confidence or help you just be happier in your life or more secure with yourself? So anyways, we're going to click add these episodes right here. So just make sure to watch these and click right here